Welcome back everybody to Sense of Science. In today's video we'll be comparing the boiling points of aldehydes, alcohols, ethers and hydrocarbons. To do this we would be taking up one question from the NCERT book, which is example 11.13 B part, which will help you to understand the concept. Okay. Now there is the A part to this question as well, which is comparing boiling points between different chains of alcohols. This we have done in the previous video. Okay, in the previous video we have done this question, so you can watch that as well. Okay, alright, so now let's start with the B part. You have to compare the boiling points of pentane-1-ol, N-butane, pentane-1-ol and ethoxyethane. Talking about pentane-1-ol, okay, first let's talk about pentane-1-ol. Pentane-1-ol is an alcohol group, and an alcohol group we represent by ROH. This is how you represent an alcohol group, as ROH. This is the alcohol group. Okay, I hope this is fine to all of you, and there will be two lone pairs on oxygen as well. Okay, just a second. Alright, the next is N-butane. N-butane means your hydrocarbon. Okay, so this is a normal hydrocarbon which is represented by this CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. This is your N-butane, which is a normal butane hydrocarbon. Okay, C4H10. The next is pentanol. Pentanol is an aldehyde. It is represented by this group RCHO. Okay, RCHO is the aldehyde group. Alright, and the last one is ethoxyethane. Ethoxyethane means it is an ether, and ethers are represented by this ROR with a double lone pair on oxygen. This is how you represent an ether. Okay, now boiling points in different functional group. The basis of dividing the boiling points is the nature of bonding. What kind of bond is there? That would help us differentiate between the boiling points. Okay, talking about alcohol, first of all, in alcohol, as you can see, the oxygen is bonded to an hydrogen, and whenever an oxygen gets bonded to an hydrogen, which is highly electronegative, the oxygen is highly electronegative, and hydrogen, which is the electropositive element, bonds to it. It is called a hydrogen bond, and it is a very strong bond. The strongest intermolecular force is hydrogen bond. That means this has hydrogen bond, and the boiling point will be very high because the bond is stronger. That means it is difficult to break the bond, and boiling point has to be high. A stronger bond means higher boiling point. Okay, in hydrocarbon, if you would see, there is no hydrogen bonding, there is no dipole interaction, there is nothing actually. There is simple normal van der Waals forces or London forces. Whenever there is nothing, we call it as van der Waals forces, the weakest intermolecular force, or London force. So I'll call it as London force. Okay, that means the boiling point will be very low. Okay, the third one. Okay, before going to the third one, let us talk about the fourth one, which is the ether, the ROR. As you can see, in ether, the oxygen is not bonded to a hydrogen, but it is bonded to an R group. R is any other group than hydrogen. Okay, that means it can be a carbon also. Generally it is a carbon. So what that means is there is no hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bond will only occur when hydrogen is either bonded to oxygen, nitrogen or fluorine, which we commonly know as FON, the FON technique. Okay, but as that is absent in this case, we can't say that there is any hydrogen bonding here. But still, the oxygen is more electronegative than the carbon. That means there is a difference of electronegativity. That means the bond is polar. Whenever there is a difference of electronegativity, the bond is called polar. And this polar bond, if it is not hydrogen, can only be one option, the dipole bond. Okay, that means there is a net dipole moment, and the bond is a dipole bond. Same is the case with the aldehyde also. Okay, I'll just illustrate the aldehyde in a little different way so that you get it clear. You have it like this. Okay, this is like your aldehyde, RC double bond O. Okay, oxygen has a double bond. Alright, this is fine. Okay, now understanding this, in aldehyde also you can see the oxygen is bonded. You have a RC double bond, both the oxygen is bonded to the carbon. That means there is again a polar bond. Okay, that means there is again a dipole moment, because here also, just like oxygen was bonded to an R group, here also oxygen is bonded to an R group. That means there is a case of dipole moment here also. then how can we actually compare the ether with the aldehyde? The answer to this is that in ether there is this, in the aldehyde there is this double bond, and here we have a single bond only. And that means, of course, you already know that if there are two bonds, it is much more difficult to break two bonds than one. Better two than one. And that means if the bond is difficult to break, the boiling point has to be high. This is the easiest way to remember it. There are other theories of explanation as well. That means the boiling point of this will be higher than ethers. What is the reason? Because here you have a double bond. Double bond means two bonds, and breaking two is always more difficult than breaking one. And though it is dipole, but this is a double bond. No. Because of that, the boiling point of aldehyde is higher than the ether, though they have dipole-dipole interactions only. Okay. So summing it up now, so we have to arrange it in the ascending order. Let's do it. The lowest boiling point is of the hydrocarbon, which is the N-pentane, okay, N-butane, because it has just London forces, which are the weakest IMF. After that, you have the next higher one, which is the ether. Okay, the next higher is ether because it is having a slightly stronger interaction of dipole-dipole with a single bond. So you have ethoxyethane, the ether. The next stronger is the aldehyde, okay, because again it has dipole bond only, but the dipole bond is stronger because of presence of double bonded oxygen. So you have the aldehyde, which is pentanol. Ketones would have the same story as well. And lastly, you have the highest boiling point and the strongest intermolecular force, which is of the alcohol, okay, and the alcohol in this particular case is your pentanol or pentanovanol. Okay, because it has hydrogen bonding, and hydrogen bond is very, very strong. Okay, so this is the final order of your boiling point. Okay, I hope the video was helpful and the concept is also clear to you. With this, we close the class. Thank you. Do say subscribe to the channel and do stay tuned for many more videos as well. Okay, so with that, we end the class and stay safe as well. Thank you.